Ready Rich said to me beforehand that when you put a zoo animal in too small of a cage, that they repeat the same behavior as they start to go crazy. And on the clip of me on Wendy Williams, you can see me shaking my head and repeating these whole body gestures again and again like an orangutan in too small a cage, which is all I really was. But I want to say, in case, this is all I'll say in my defense, I was booked on the show before I knew what the subject was.
Right, they booked you a month ago.
Yeah, I didn't know what the subject was going to be, and I get thrown into talking about a tragedy, which I did not want to talk about, and which I felt very strongly that the nation should be talking about a lot less. The nation should be mourning and doing less of pushing different agendas. I was disgusted by everyone that made a political point about this on either side. And I was also really disgusted by these articles, how to talk to your children. And it had an idea in there that I thought was so wrong. And that was, you have to tell your children the truth. Tell them that you can't be sure this won't happen to them, but you will do your best to protect them. And I'm reading that going, what the fuck? Of course you can tell your children that they're completely safe from this. It's an anomaly, and it's a tragedy, and it will not happen to your children, regardless of what laws are passed. It is a rare, horrible, heartbreaking tragedy. It's something that we as adults sit and cry about, so that we as adults are miserable about. There's a mourning period. All of that is true. For the rest of our lives, we're bothered by this whole thing. But the one thing we don't need to do is talk to 6- and 7-year-olds about a drill to how to protect them, how to hide under their desks. It's that fucking, 50s nuclear bomb thing again, where there's something that adults do. What you're supposed to do as an adult caring for children is you are supposed to suck up some of the pain, some of the worry, some of that you're supposed to suck up so that your children can live their lives with joy. You're supposed to suck that up. And I know if you're a fucking weakling and there's a nuclear bomb, if there's a Cold War going on with another country, and it's possible we will be bombed and annihilated, that it will make you feel a little better to tell your children to stick their heads under their desks because it might protect them. It might make you feel a little bit better, but it will make your children crazy for the rest of their fucking lives, and it is not your right to put that back onto the children. You just say, we will do our best to make sure that a bomb does not explode and blow us to fucking kingdom come, so that you children in the meantime can play. And we will cry, we will suffer, we will be miserable, so our children can be happy. And these articles about how to talk to your children about what they're supposed to do to hide in the fucking janitor's closet is just taking the pain and the suffering that we need to take as parents and as grown-ups and as adults, and it is trying to diffuse that over spread it over the children so we can feel like we've done something. You haven't done something. There are terrible things that happen that you can't stop, and scaring your children, petrifying your children is not going to help them at all. All it's going to do is make you feel a little bit better. Put your children to bed, give them a hug, give them a kiss, and go into the fucking room alone and cry like a fucking grown-up. Cry your fucking eyes out, but don't go on fucking TV and scare our children. Cry and suffer and mourn like a fucking adult human being, and don't spread that out over your children. Let your children have joy every second until it is then their responsibility to suck up some of the pain and not pass it on to the next generation. That's what I have to say.